I think we need to look back and look at the purpose of education itself. Concept of knowledge. I think generally ये समझा जाता है कि knowledge is a power to be used for personal gain. But actually, knowledge is an expression of shared responsibilities for the collective well-being of humanity and the planet as a whole. I think this is a new concept of knowledge which we ought to accept, and this is the reality. Knowledge is not power. In an internet era, it's not very important कि आपने कितना क्रैम अप कर लिया, आपको कौन से कितने सवालों के जवाब आते हैं. I think जैसे आने वाले दिनों में जिस तरह से नॉलेज जनरेट होगी, that will be वो हमारा कलेक्टिव विजडम होगा. उसको हम कैसे कलेक्टिव बेनिफिट के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं, वो हमें सोचने की जरूरत है. Knowledge is a social construct, a consensus amongst the members of learning community. Schooling should not be a robotic affair in which students are programmed to respond to instructions fed into them. आप सब समझ ही रहे हैं कि मतलब our education system is becoming a robotic affair. एक क्लासरूम में टीचर ने लेक्चर दिया, वो पढ़कर आप एग्जाम में रिप्रोड्यूस कर दीजिए. I think it is now becoming a social construct. इसीलिए कि जो आप क्लासरूम में सीख रहे हैं, क्लासरूम के बाहर सीख रहे हैं, सोसाइटी में रहकर सीख रहे हैं, that is as important a part of education, your holistic education, as anything else. Connection with nature. I think this is very very important. और आप तो यहाँ पर नेचर के बीच में रह रहे हैं, आपसे ज़्यादा अच्छा क्या समझेंगे. In urbanized high-tech society, our exposure to nature and fellow creatures has steadily diminished. Human beings live in artificial environments, virtually cut off from the rest of nature. Loss of biophilia connection poses us with a real threat to our physical, emotional, and mental well-being, and ultimately stymies our cognitive development as a species. These comments have been made based on research, empirical work, including scientific work that has been done, by a lot of researchers around the world. कि urbanized environment में रहकर आपका cognitive development भी सफर कर रहा है. So this is about need for connecting education with nature. यहाँ प्रोफेसर आनंद मोहन जी हैं जो दयाल बाग एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट के रजिस्ट्रार हैं. तो उनके यहाँ पर तो नेचर से कनेक्ट करने के लिए उन्होंने बहुत ही सुंदर पद्धति निकाली है, और मेरे ख्याल से दूसरे सेशन में आपको बताएंगे कि दयाल बाग एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन वो कैसे कर रहे हैं इस सब काम. Human beings need to re-engage with nature, not out of sense of dependency or fear, and that is what has been happening. हमारे जो ancient text हैं कि हमें सन गॉड की पूजा करनी है या रेन की करनी है, it was out of fear. But I think the new reality is that it should be a deliberate choice to become an intimate part of a broader social community of life. So एक interdependence जो है, it is not because of fear that we should work with nature and we should connect with nature. I think we have to learn from nature and benefit from nature, from each other. So I think, and last point about the purpose of education, the mission of education is not merely to provide an economically productive human agent for economy, but to give more attention on developing our youngsters innate emphatic drives and biophilia connection, so that we can ready them to think and act as a part of a universal family that includes not only all our fellow beings but also fellow creatures as well. So I think what I told you is a futurologist, and what a futurologist is saying may not be very surprising to any one of you who is sitting in this, because what the future beholds for all of us, many of us have been practicing it in this university. I think this is the future of higher education. This is the future of higher education. And recognizing that this is the future of higher education, fostering social responsibility is a very, very key important part of the plan that we have for higher education in the next 5 years and beyond that. एंड वी होप कि इस सिम्पोशियम के थ्रू जो आप लोगों ने यहाँ कन्वर्सेशन शुरू किया है, we can reach it far and wide across all higher education institutions throughout the country. I think it is a program that cannot be defined